everyone, I'm Heather and welcome back to my channel. So we are here today with Tropico 6. I did play a decent amount of Tropico 5 and I did play like a free trial weekend of Tropico 6, I think right around the time it was released. But I just never got around to actually playing it. This is on Game Pass, so I don't know if it has everything available. But we'll go ahead and try it out. So let's get started. I guess I should do the tutorial because I don't remember that much about it. I don't know that I want to do a tutorial. That seems kind of long. But I guess we should. Because I don't really remember how to play. Alright, welcome to Tropico. You are El Presidente, the dictator of Tropico, a small but thriving nation located somewhere in the Caribbean Sea. You'll build, expand trade, and issue laws to guide Tropico through 4 turbulent historical eras in which you have to face global superpowers while trying to juggle interior political factions. How will you be remembered? As a benevolent leader who caters for the people, or as a dictator ruling with an iron fist? Whatever you choose, the main thing is that you stay in charge.
Hola, Presidente. It is I, your loyal penultimo, with a workout for your mighty brain. A formality, I know, for one of your brilliance.
Yet even a politician savant must stay in practice. Please demonstrate a few of the leadership techniques with which you intend to impose your flawless will upon the nation of Tropico. Penultimo is prepared to gasp in awe. Alright, complete all tutorial tasks. You just met Penultimo, your personal assistant and most loyal consultant. He has presented a main task which you need to complete in order to finish the first tutorial lesson. Main tasks are automatically accepted and displayed with a golden icon in the task tracker on the left side of the screen. The task tracker lists all the tasks you receive and displays a short summary as well as your progress on the objective. The objective of each tutorial lesson is to complete a certain number of tasks. Okay. The first tutorial task is complete. You will need to complete each tutorial task to finish the lesson. Like the main task, the tutorial task pops up automatically and are displayed in the task tracker after accepting them. You can still access all tasks, including their texts, and all the objectives in the task screen. Now follow the objectives listed below one by one in order to complete this task. Open the task screen and view each current task. Hola, Presidente. It is I, your loyal penultimo, with a workout for your mighty brain, a formality I know for one of your brilliance. Yet even a politician savant must stay in practice. Please demonstrate. Yeah, we've already done that. All right. Great. And then there's this one. Open the task screen. Okay, we've done that. As a first step in becoming the world's greatest dictator, it is important that you know how to control the camera so you can admire your nation from different angles. Practice the different ways to control your camera. Pan the camera around, rotate the camera, tilt the camera, and zoom in and out. Okay. So. Alright. Then we rotate, then we tilt, and then we zoom. Okay. When you want to have a better overview or want to move the camera somewhere else more quickly, Archipelago View is the tool for you. You can toggle it directly or automatically when continuing to zoom out. While in archipelago view, you can pan and rotate the camera as usual. Whereas zooming in will toggle archipelago view off, you can use to get back to your palace in case you get lost. Okay. So this one and deactivate. Okay. Now that you have mastered the camera, let us take a look at the ways to control time. You can pause the game and choose different speeds. Pause the game, resume the game. Okay. Pause, resume.
I am so proud of you, Presidente. Your control of your Tropico is absolute.
I especially enjoy marveling at your palace from so many angles and distances. Amazing! After this, maintaining your power throughout a turbulent century, a political challenge should be simplicity itself.
Your loyal citizens do whatever you tell them to do, Presidente.
They are not as loyal as Penultimo, of course, nobody could be, but they are good for constructing buildings, making and transporting goods, and generally keeping the economy ticking over. Complete all tutorial tasks. Okay. If you want to be the world's greatest dictator, you need to make sure that you have a filled treasury for all necessary expenses. The basic way of making money in Tropico is to produce goods and export them. The dock and teammaster's office are the main drivers of export. Teamsters fetch goods from production buildings and deliver them to the dock. There they are stored until the next freighter arrives. Freighters automatically load and export the goods stored in the dock. Okay, so select the Teamster's office and inspect its description tag. And do the same with the dock. Okay, Teamster's office, description. Alright. Great. And this is the dock and also its description. The Teamster trucks are already busy transporting corn from your plantation and hides and meat from the ranch to the docks for export. There's also a mine that is producing gold, but it is not connected to the Teamster's office by road, so they cannot reach it. Buildings that do not produce, temporarily store, or receive goods do not require road connections. Connect the mine to a new road that connects to an existing road. Okay, so build this and build a road. Where is the mine? Oh, it's right here. Why does it have to be all windy? Okay, it's connected. Yeah. Okay. Now that the mine is connected to the road network, the Teamsters will transport the gold to the dock. The next freighter will automatically export the gold, earning you money which is added to your treasury. Every time a freighter arrives, a newsfeed message will display the money earned from the export. Your current treasury balance is permanently displayed on the top left of the screen. Notice that you will need to have money in the treasury to construct new roads and buildings that are running costs like building upkeep, and wage workers will deplete your treasury. Okay. Export gold. So I guess we just need to sit here till we export some stuff. I guess while we're doing that, we can look around. Okay, I mean, there's the boat. I guess I should speed it up a bit. So we can go ahead and get this done.
The boat. It looks so tiny from here, but I doubt even you could lift it.
It warms Penultimo's heart to see the ships coming to Tropico and taking our goods out into the world. Not that what we make isn't good enough for Tropicans to use, of course. It's just that we make much more money when we sell them to our unsuspecting export partners. The other sources of income come from service buildings and residential buildings. Their profit margin is not as big as from exports, but their revenues are regularly credited to your treasury each month as rent or directly in the case of visitor fees from service buildings. Construct your first tavern now to provide your citizens with fun and to get a little extra income. After confirming the location, construction office workers are sent to the construction site to erect the building. Okay, I want to calm that down. And we'll make our tavern. Oh, you're telling me. I don't want you to tell me where to put it. I see what you're doing, but what if I don't want it there? It's going to have to turn. Rotate. Needs to go right here. But that's on top of housing, so I feel like that's not where we should put it. But it seems like it wants me to put it there. Okay. I mean, maybe those aren't houses, but it looks like they are. What's that? Okay, so just building under construction. So I guess let's speed that up so it gets constructed. Oh, that just, I guess from the angle that I was looking at it, that looked much further out than what this was. I guess that's a tenement building. Or no, that's a Teamster's office. Some goods can be processed into refined goods that have better export prices. That's the job of industrial buildings in the area. You can process the hides from your cattle ranch into leather using a tannery. Instead of bringing them to the dock for export, Teamster trucks will deliver hides to the tannery when it's constructed and connected to the road network. As long as the tannery is staffed and has hides on stock, it will use them to produce leather. Okay, so tannery. And it wants me to build it in this location. I think I want to rotate it, actually, so that it's on here, just facing the road. We'll go ahead and get that fast forwarded. Okay, it's done, and we just have to wait now for them to get stuff and produce leather. And I assume it will let me know. It would be nice, I guess, if this ticked up as it produced it, but maybe it tells me in here. Yeah, it hasn't... Okay, there it goes. Yeah, that's pretty quick.
I knew you would get the hang of this way of issuing orders.
Remember, it's all about stuff. Build stuff to make stuff, build stuff to move stuff, then build stuff to export stuff, so you can stuff your pockets full of money. Of course, it is the Tropican treasury that is really getting stuffed. Wink, wink.
Making money is good, but you know what is better? Making more money.
The basic plan is to get things to make things to sell abroad. But every step of the way, there is something you can do to squeeze more money out of production. All produced goods are exported automatically, but there are some basic ways for you to manage your economy to save costs, improve the workflow, and increase your profit. And this is what this lesson is all about. Since you are currently producing leather anyway, you can commit a leather trade route to have a better price for a certain export volume. You cannot fail a trade route, and you have unlimited time to complete it. Okay, so it wants me to have a trade route for leather. Sign contract. Do you want to sign this contract? Yes. Okay. With the trade route signed, you want to make sure your tannery has enough hides to keep it from running dry. So let's build an additional cattle ranch. The efficiency of some production buildings depends on certain properties of their location. To help you identify a suitable location, a colored overlay will indicate the worst locations in red and the best in green. Identify the most suitable location for a new cattle ranch by comparing the resulting efficiency modifier, which is previewed in the construction panel. Have a ranch where the cattle value is between 90 and 100. Connect the cattle ranch to a road. Okay. Ranch. So this is my cattle ranch in the first place. Efficiency 91. And that road is that way. Could I have it? That's 95. Get my road this way. I mean, that would work. It's 91. If I waste the space and move it out a little bit. I mean, I'm not getting 100 anywhere. Oh, there's 100 over here. That's 99. That might be better. I would like it to be over with the other cattle ranch, though. It said 90 to 100, so I guess we'll do it there, and then I need to build the road further out this way. Okay. Right there. And we'll let that go. I actually don't like having this gap here. But I guess I could fill it with houses. So let's go ahead and wait for that to get done. Okay. Every building has 5 budget settings, with the medium budget being the default. The budget of production buildings like the cattle ranch determines its wages, the attractiveness of its jobs, and efficiency. On a cattle ranch, a higher efficiency will lead to a higher production. Set the budget for your cattle ranches to maximum. Check the efficiency tab. Wait for the cattle ranches to be fully staffed. Okay. So we want that, and then we want this one. We took that. Okay. If you have coin to spare, you can purchase building upgrades that permanently improve certain aspects. Install chrome tanning in the tannery. Okay, chrome tanning. If you cannot supply enough hides for the tannery to operate efficiently, you can fire workers to save costs. Fire one worker, close one worker slot.
So good to see you.
Okay. How do I fire him?
Nice weather.
I don't want to kill him. How do I fire him? It doesn't tell me. Maybe it will here. No, it doesn't tell me.
Ah, so stressed.
Oh. Oh, I see. Yes. No, I want to close the slot. Okay. Some buildings can operate on different work modes that affect the function of the building. They can improve certain aspects while hindering others, or even change the main purpose of the building entirely. In contrast to upgrades, work modes can be switched at any time, allowing you to to react to changing circumstances. Inspect the work modes of the building involved in your leather export. Switch the dock work mode from sniffer dogs to regular controls. Humane exploit work mode. Okay, so...
So many ways to juice the fruits of the Tropican economy.
Oh, that's weird. It acted like I did that already. Trade routes for better pay. Tweaking supply chains for fun and profit. Fire workers to save money. Or close job positions for even more... Schadenfreude? Schadenfreude? Okay. Not to mention fitting new equipment and changing a building's production orders. The power is all yours, Presidente. Always. Okay. I guess I could do the next tutorial chapter. Or I could... I mean... Do we have enough? I've got the basics now. Do we have enough to, like, kind of start on our own? Or should we continue? I guess let's go back. I'll look at the... Okay, so that was that one. So I guess maybe I can... do those. It seems like there's only 5 chapters, so let's go back and continue. We'll continue in our tutorial.
So many ways to juice the fruits of the Tropican economy.
So let's go, and we'll start the next chapter.
Your job would be so much easier without the citizens. Perhaps one day we will be able to replace them.
Until then, you had better learn how to keep them all happy. Have you ever wondered about the shacks blemishing your tropical paradise? Apart from looking shabby, living there does not really make the tenants happy, and you are missing out on the rent revenue. Tropicans build shacks on their own whenever residential buildings with vacant flats are too far away from their workplace. So wherever you see a shack, you are seeing people who would rather live in a real residential building at the same location. Build a bunkhouse. I have to build 2 bunkhouses next to Fisherman's Wharf on Volcano Island. Okay, so this is a completely separate thing. Bunkhouse. So it wants me to build a bunkhouse here. And another bunkhouse here. Okay. And it looks like that's where they wanted me to do it. So we'll see if I did it in the wrong place. Oh no, it counted as 1. Another limiting factor for your citizens is their economic wealth. It defines what they can and can't afford. Residential buildings and service buildings alike have a required economic wealth. The economic wealth, broke, poor, well-off, rich, filthy rich, is determined by a combined income of a couple and their number of children. Select a citizen working on Fisherman's Wharf. Okay, so I have to select a citizen. Right here.
See?
Okay, he's poor. Citizens always look for jobs and try to find a home as close as possible to their workplace. But these are only 2 of the 8 aspects for which they strive for satisfaction. Altogether, these 8 aspects determine their overall happiness, which is compared to the happiness in the rest of the Caribbean Sea. The ratio affects decisions like emigrating and joining the rebels, or being a compliant citizen if they are happy. Open the info panel of a fisher and inspect the happiness.
Hola.
Not super happy right there. The happiness aspects are updated regularly whenever a citizen feels the urge to have fun. Then they will try to find a building that is close by that they can afford and which provides a high amount of happiness per visit. Disappointments reduce the happiness levels. Crime, safety, and liberty are different as they are updated when the citizen is spending time at home. If an individual's happiness level gets too low, it can have serious consequences for your citizens. They could become criminals, join the rebels, or even die if the food happiness drops to 0. The fisher you selected could use a bit of entertainment, so let's construct a tavern. Okay. Tavern. And I think tavern... could we just put the tavern right here? How do I know what the... right there. Let's do that. We'll get that tavern built. With the tavern constructed, it will soon attract workers, and eventually the fishermen from before will visit it to improve their fun happiness. But ruling is not really about catering to the needs of individuals, but rather caring for the people as a whole. Statistics, demographics, and average values are your friend, and they are part of the almanac. Let's have a look at what the statistics say. Okay, fun. It has gone down. Okay. As you can see in the almanac, not only the single fisher was low on fun, the average fun happiness of all your people combined is also quite low. To find out exactly where fun is lacking and where to construct buildings to provide, you can always consult the fun overlay. You already know it from placing a tavern, but you can also inspect it beforehand to identify residential areas with low fun. Activate archipelago view when using to get a thing. Okay. So my fun coverage. I mean, it looks like fun mostly, just not on the volcano. Okay. I don't know what that is. Build a tavern on Waterfall Island, build a tavern on Center Island. Okay. Fun coverage. Okay. Is this archipelago island? What happened? I guess I built something. Okay, I want to go to the other place first if I can. And then build it here, because I just did that. This is another tavern. But I think they want it down here anyway. Okay. Because there's a tavern already right there. So they could have a tavern right there. And it just needs to hurry up. Okay, that should be good.
Keep everyone happy is impossible, of course. So you have to play the numbers. In brief, you are number 1. I am number 2. And everyone else is way down there somewhere.
Just remember to check the almanac to see how happy everyone is. To lower the budget of buildings to make them cheaper for people to use, or to raise the budgets of buildings to make workers able to afford nicer things.
We now come to the troubling part of your job. Not everyone knows you are doing such great work. How crazy is that?
People always think they know best, and sometimes you have to be political, which means inventively bribing pressure groups to win those niggling elections. There's much to learn. In the previous lesson, you learned about the overall happiness of your citizens. It feeds into their approval towards you as leader. However, this is mainly determined by their political views. An individual citizen will orient their views towards some of the political factions in Tropico over time. There are different levels of commitment to the faction, moderate, strong, diehard, which determine how strong the faction influences the citizen. Instead of orienting towards a faction, a Tropican can also remain indifferent on certain topics. Open the info panel of a citizen and expect their political views. Let's just grab you. Political views. Communist strong. Okay. Again, statistics are more helpful than looking at individuals. The almanac tells you how many citizens support a faction, and more importantly, it displays the standing of each individual faction towards you and your government. The standing of a faction is passed down to citizens oriented to that faction. Also, if the standing drops too low, a faction might start an escalation in which they use their unique means and influence to oppose you. Alright. We're pretty good right now. So you'll want to have a good standing with each faction. They have opinions on a lot of decisions you will make, like building or demolishing certain buildings. All of these factors are listed on the Politics tab in the Almanac once they have taken effect. On top of that, they will approach you directly once in a while with specific tasks, which are called demands. You do not need to accept those if their objective does not correspond to your vision for Tropico. However, completing them will significantly increase the standing, while not reacting or dismissing a demand will decrease the standing. Accept, complete, or reject a faction demand. Okay.
I had the nightmare again, Presidente. No, not the penguins. The destruction of Tropico by falling bombs.
I awoke to find I had knocked my nightlight off its little table, but that is not the point. Help me help Tropico, Presidente, or I may never sleep again. Have a watchtower. I see no problem having a watchtower. Ooh. I feel like watchtowers are probably good. We'll put one right there. All right.
Presidente, your aid is appreciated. With your help, we'll double our armed forces, redouble our efforts, and halve our expectations.
We can do it together. Superiority of numbers is the key to warfare, after all. So should we use force multiplication to divide and conquer before it's T-0? Sometimes two factions will have demands at the same time, forcing you to choose sides, even if the request is the same. In this situation, you will always lose standing towards at least the rejected faction. Dismissing a dual demand will anger both. After making the decision, dual demands will turn into a regular demand.
A good leader listens to the people, Presidente. Show you care for your Tropican comrades and win their hearts and souls, though you do not get to keep them, okay?
Speaking of souls, I'd imagine that El Presidente is looking forward to joining me in heaven rather than going to the other place. The Good Shepherd looks after the sheep, don't you agree?
Okay. I always find that building like a chapel makes the people happy. So I will do that. Complete the ultimatum. If the standing of a faction gets too low, they will issue an ultimatum or turn a pending demand into an ultimatum. Ultimatums are timed demands and the last chance you get to keep the faction from starting an escalation. There is nothing to gain from escalation, so try to complete the ultimatum is a better choice. How do I intimidate? Okay, so let's move this down. So first of all, I need to build a chapel. That's not what I wanted. Hold on, chapel. I was trying to find where the road would connect. What looks to be the front. Oh, that's the front. This is the Where's the front of this building? Let me pause. Pause. Okay, that... I don't know. I have no idea where the front... I think this is the front of the building. Okay. So we have the chapel. Intimidate neighbors. Your lack of respect for the military is unacceptable, Presidente. We're on the verge of a coup. Surely you know the risks of getting on the wrong side of the army. Please don't make me sit on a junta, Presidente. I don't want to be a politician. Complete the Intimidate Neighbors raid. Have a commando garrison. How do I do the raid? Okay, so we're doing this. I need a commando garrison. Commando garrison. I guess we'll put it right here. And then it must be in there that I would do a raid. So once we get this stuff.
I knew I could count on you to do the right thing. Eventually. And for a price.
I'll be happy to see you in the confessional, Presidente. Sooner is usually better than later, because it can get too late. Plus, I really want to hear all the gossip, you know? Alright, so we have to wait on this, and then we have this Intimidate Neighbors option. Okay, that's going. Alright, now that we have that, open raid screen, intimidate neighbors. I have no raid points though, so I don't know how that works. Roughly half the citizens working in the military buildings will take up arms and attack the palace. Okay, I don't know how I do this then. I'm not sure how I get a raid thing. Okay. I mean, I guess. Let's see. Building has no workers. I guess we'll increase the budget. We'll get some workers. I don't know how I get raid points. Oh, it has to produce points. Okay. I guess that's just over time. Okay, so I guess it just has to generate points on its own. So hopefully that can be done in the number of days that we have. Now, do I have raid points now? Yes. But we've got a lot of raid points to go still. I mean, I guess we're getting there. And then we'll go intimidate neighbors. They must be going home for the day. Man, they're taking a lot of vacation, aren't they? Come back and do the raid points. Okay, I don't know why they're not coming back.
I feel like I'm being watched.
Start working, guys. You need those raid points. You took like a year's worth of vacation. Okay, so intimidate neighbors. So I guess we have to do this. Okay, so they're doing that, I think. Because it's got this thing. So, I mean, they really should give me a little bit more info. Commandos are gathering. Okay. Here it is. Tutorials should be a little bit more detailed, I think. Okay, let's finish this out. Let them do their stuff. Okay, so it says the raid finishes in about 4 months. This takes forever, I guess, if you're not really doing anything else. Okay, so we did do that. Remember the political views of citizens. Depending on the standing of the corresponding factions, they determine how much individual agrees with your government. That, together with the happiness, determines a person's approval. Depending on their level of approval, a citizen will either be for you, against you, or will decide on election day. The percentage of eligible citizens who will vote for you is called support. You can find more details in the almanac.
Defense is a good offense, Presidente, but as yet I am only moderately offensive.
Okay. Okay, support 68%, undecided, opposition 10%. Okay, well, that's pretty good. Every 10 years, the people will ask for elections. If you lose the game. So if your support is very low, it will be a short-term option to not allow elections. But this will directly affect all your voters on a personal level, further decreasing their approval for some time. The good thing is you can decide to hold an election speech in order to sway some of the voters in your favor by using different rhetoric tricks tailored towards the current political situation. Okay, the current support is permanently displayed on the top screen right here, next to the treasury and population.
The citizens are demanding elections, Presidente. It seems that they want a choice in how they are ruled. So selfish.
Shall we give them what they want, or shall we make them want what you want? I always want what you want, and you always want what you want. So shouldn't they also want what you want? Let's acknowledge issue of housing happiness. Okay, so that does not contribute to the approval. Praise faction. Lame superpower. Okay. I don't know what I'm supposed to do because it looks like okay. Oh, okay, I see. Let's acknowledge... Fun. Praise... Militarists. Blame no one. And we'll do housing happiness. Okay, let's deliver that speech. Okay.
People of Tropico, it is I, your Presidente. You have showed your faith in me, and that faith will be rewarded. Every Tropican will get what they deserve. My people, are you bored? Let Presidente entertain you. Oh, is nothing fun anymore? Let Presidente be all the fun you need. You don't enjoy life? Let Presidente enjoy it for you. And as we strive, our efforts are protected by our brave Tropican army. Our fighting men and women give no quarter, and neither do our soldiers. What can you look forward to in the years to come? Better housing, slantier roofs, straighter walls, more transparent windows. The Tropican house of tomorrow is built with standards. My promises are made humbly, for I am Tropico. Remember, a vote for El Presidente is a vote for me.
Oh, that seems great. We went up quite a lot. The actual election will be held 1 year after its announcement. Until then, you have the possibility to raise your support by pushing faction standings or bribing the faction leaders. Win the election. Okay, so it's just a year from today. Election day in 20 months. So what do I do till then? I guess we can build a house. Residential. What should I do? Bunkhouse, 6 households, tenants must be at least 4. Housing, well off, flop house. So I guess let's build a bunkhouse. Where are we? I cannot it's not letting me. Oh, control. In this particular. Control, okay. Zoom out. I am going to build a thing right there. Because we want to do the housing we promised. Let's do an apartment over this way. So if they're well off, they can have that. And if they're poor, they can have that. Election day, I thought it was a year. That's far longer than a year. And then, I mean, we have these other places. They have some apartments and everything. Let's build a bunkhouse for these guys. That way we can get rid of some of those shacks. And there was another place, wasn't there? Right over here? Yeah. We promised housing, so we'll do housing. Right over there. And this is the center of it. We did want some fun, so let's think about some fun. A busker. Okay. What does that mean? Oh, this could go where? Right there. Okay. And then someone can just busk for stuff, although we should have put it the other way, I guess. Alright, we're getting closer to the election, but our approval's pretty good, so I'm pretty sure we'll win that. Is there anything else fun we can do? Restaurant, you must be well off. Visitors must be at least poor. Okay, we'll give them that. It probably needs a road. So it probably needs a road. And what's that? Okay. So we'll go ahead and build that. Now everyone can be happy and have housing.
I'm sure the good citizens of Tropico intend to vote for you, Presidente. I myself intend to vote for you many, many times.
But can we trust the citizens to vote correctly? I wouldn't want them to wake up on the day after the election in this state of confused regret. Perhaps we should help them. No, because I've got like 88, 87%. In 4 months we should be good enough. We got you a fun pier. You should be happy. Come build my pier.
The election is a landslide, Presidente. The metaphorical kind, not the kind that accidentally reduces the size of the workforce.
Of course, the outcome was never in doubt. The people love their Presidente almost as much as your loyal penultimo does. And see, I have a present for you. Your very own wartime medal of valor for courage, selflessness, and electability. It is made of chocolate, so be careful in the sun. Okay. Sure. That's fine.
Keeping all the factions sweet is the key to political success. It is also impossible, which is why politics is such good fun.
Just try to keep all the political plates spinning, and if you drop one, sweep up the pieces and claim that you meant to do it. The good news is the factions will tell you when they're unhappy. It does take some guesswork out of it all. Okay. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and end for today. I think we got through the main part of the tutorial, though there is some other stuff there. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end this part here, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!